What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I'm on Toxic Gaming. Today I'm bringing you Lene's Tutu Warrior Lady deck profile. This is her list for the Toxic Legacy tournament. She got top 4 with this deck. This deck is incredible. It's a 30 card deck, and it does a lot. It controls the field. It beats down. It destroys spell and trap cards. Like it's a crazy deck. And like when I was watching it play, we all were in awe about how powerful some of these cards actually were in this format, especially because it's a brand new format and we really overlooked a couple of really good cards. So this is going to be the Tutu Warrior Lady deck profile. Without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this. The skill that we're going to be using, that Lene used, was the No More Miss Nice Mai. She decided to use this skill because it pairs really well with a monster in her deck. No More Miss Nice Mai is a really cool skill because once per turn when your monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can destroy one spell or trap card on the field. So that is insane. It's a mandatory effect, so keep that in mind. If you deal damage, you have to destroy a spell or trap card. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If your opponent doesn't control spell and trap cards and you do, you're destroying one of your spell and trap cards. But that's not the point. The point here is that No More Miss Nice Mai lets you, paired with Tutu, Cyber Tutu is an insane combo. Because Cyber Tutu, when it attacks directly, is going, due to its own effect, is going to pop a spell or trap card on the field when it does so. So if your opponent controls, if the attack of each monster your opponent controls is higher than your Tutu, this card can attack your opponent directly. So it's crazy. So you get to attack directly with this, and then No More Miss Nice Mai will trigger, causing you to destroy a spell or trap card your opponent controls every time you attack directly. So Tutu is going to be played at 2 in this deck, just for that fact. The fact that it's not played at 3, I think is correct. I don't think that this card needs to be played at 3 because it has so many ways of getting out to the field. One of the biggest ways is the Warrior of Wasteland, Tutu Warrior Ladies. I don't know. We'll figure out what the actual name is by the end of this. Tutu Warrior Ladies seem really cool. Warrior Lady of Wasteland is a 3 of in this format, and it's understandable why. This card is going to be able to search plenty of the monsters in your deck. This is kind of like the giant rat of the Warrior Ladies. So what this card does is when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon an Earth Warrior monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck in attack position. So this card is really good in that aspect because it's just, you know, a reinforcement of the army searcher. Not only that, it floats. Like when it's destroyed by battle, it will float into any of your Earth Warrior monsters that you need it to float into, including herself. So you can get out your Tutu easier, or other monsters that we're playing in the deck. Some other Earth Warrior monsters we're playing in the deck is Amazon's Swordswoman. This monster is a 1500 beater that whenever it battles an opponent's monster and you take battle damage, your opponent will take battle damage instead of you. So if you hit into, say, a lava golem, your opponent will take 1500 total damage. The other Earth monster that Warrior Lady can search, Warrior Lady Wasteland can search, is going to be the Exiled Force. Now, you can tribute this monster after you float into it whenever your opponent's out of attacks, and then tribute it from your field during your turn and pop any monster on the field. This is a very strong card that Warrior of Wasteland can float into. So all 3 of these targets, technically 4, all 4 of these targets are great targets for Warrior of Wasteland to be floating into to stall out the opponent and help you control the game a little bit more. Next is going to be the DD Warrior Lady. We're playing this girl here at 3. She is a removal card. Whenever she battles an opponent's monster, it is banished, but it's a can effect, so you can decide whether or not you want it to go to graveyard or banish it. So that's very nice. Yeah, it's the Warrior lineup for this. It's very strong Warrior lineup in my opinion. It's a really cool deck. The other cards that we're playing in this deck is 2 of Cyber Dragon, which is like a crazy card in this format. Being able to special summon a 2100 beater is nothing to bat an eye at right now. It is very good. Sphere Karibo is played at 2 for protection purposes. Obviously, you want to stall and protect your monsters as much as possible. And then the Lava Golem, which is a really nice tech main deck, is going to be in the game, or in this deck at 1. This works really well with the Warrior Lady. Your Tutu will just climb over the Lava Golem if it has to, and then attack directly for 1000 attack points. Lava Golem will then deal another 1000, so if your opponent has 2000 less life points left, this is the perfect opportunity. But yeah, going into the spell and trap cards, we have 2x reinforcements of the army, Reinforcements of the army is going to be how you search pretty much all of these cards up here. You can search your DD Warrior Lady, you can search your Warrior Lady of Wasteland, you can search your Swordswoman, tutu, Exiled Force. Reinforcements of the army is just the perfect card to play in this format, or in this deck. You just get so much from this card. Cosmic Cyclone is another card that we're going to be playing at 2 in this deck. It just clears the Parasite Paranoid whenever it's equipped. It's the perfect response to it, and it's just really, really nice to see this card in the game in general for that kind of reasoning. It also just, you know, gets rid of burn cards, so that's really nice too. Playing triple Floodgate Trap Hole. This is, you know, crazy trap card. Whenever a monster is summoned to the field, you just get to book it, and it's permanently booked. So your opponent can't even flip it face up. So it makes it to where you can actually like get monsters that can easily climb it. That way, when it's set face down, you can do that. Wall of Disruption is the perfect battle trap that came into the format from the GX box. Anytime that your opponent would declare an attack, you can activate this card, and all monsters your opponent controls that are in attack position will lose 800 attack points for every monster they control. So if they have 3 attack position monsters on the field, all 3 of those monsters will lose 2,400 attack points, which is really, really good. Ojama the Spirit is played at 3. It's the best trap card in the game, best card in the game, arguably. Like this and DD Warrior Lady, probably the best generic cards in the game at the moment. Ojama the Spirit is a very powerful monster card that summons to the field, or trap card that summons to the field as a monster card. And when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to inflict damage to your opponent equal to the monster that destroyed it. So minimum, your opponent's taking 1,900 attack points when it's in attack mode. Nightmare Wheel is another good controlled burn trap card that stops the opponent from attacking and changing its monster's battle positions, and also inflicts 500 damage during each of your standby phases. Moving on to the side deck, we played Double D Fusion. This is perfect right now for the Dragoon Turbo decks, also perfect for the XYZ decks. It's just a really good card to be playing in your deck in general, just because it stops the extra deck plays, and there are a lot of extra deck decks that we're going to be seeing running around this format. Dust Tornado is perfect for the David Warrior burn deck. If your Cosmic Cyclones are burning yourself out, then you can easily sign them out for the Dust Tornadoes. But if you really need to get those Nightmare Wheels and Zomas off the field and not take damage, Dust Tornado is also very, very good. And then lastly, we have the Waking the Dragon. This card is perfect in this current format. If your opponent Cosmics, Breakers, or Night Beams it, you get to activate it, and then when you do, you get to special summon a monster from your extra deck, or your deck if you really want to, but all of us are cheating it from the extra deck. Let's not lie to ourselves. Now, what monsters are you going to really try to be cheating out of your extra deck? Well, we got Arcana Knight Joker, which was a big decision, or big card that we all chose for Waking Dragon last format. It's an Omni Negate, just by discarding the type of card from the effect of a card that activates on the field, that targets this face-up card on the field. So say Book of Moon's activated, discard one of your reinforcements, negate the Book of Moon. It's really, really cool. Cyber End Dragon's a new one we're going to be seeing a lot of. It just is a piercer for 4,000 damage. Destiny End Dragoon is a perfect monster to bring up for this. You summon it to the field, you target one monster your opponent controls, and you destroy that target. But when you do, you get to inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the monster that you destroyed while it was on the field. The only downside is you cannot conduct your battle phase to turn your activate this effect. But it's fine because you're usually using it to out your opponent's DD Warrior Ladies. Ojama King is another really good card that came out in the the GX box that it gets summoned off of the Waking. So if your opponent says, say, Cosmic Cyclones, you're Waking the Dragon their first turn of the game. You just use Waking the Dragon, summon the Ojama King to the field, and your opponent can't use any of their monster zones. Perfect Floodgate. Thousand Eyes Restrict. Whenever this card is summoned, you can target a monster your opponent controls, equip it to it, and it gains that attack and defense while this card's face up on the field. The only monster on the field that can declare an attack is Thousand Eyes Restrict. Another nice Floodgate to have. Also, I think battle position can't be changed too. Yep, can't change their battle positions either. Ryu Senshi is a good trap negate that Waking the Dragon can summon, because the quick effects, when a trap card is activated, you pay 1,000 life points and negate the effect. And then if this face-up card on the field is activated, or, my bad, negate the effect of any spell card that targets this card and destroy it. That's what I was trying to say there. So, this is pretty much the deck. Lene did really well with it. She got top 4 with it. And, It's really, really cool to see this kind of deck be played. I love Warrior Toolbox. This is the perfect Warrior Toolbox deck. And you guys should all give it a try. Like I said, it got top 4 out of like a 43, 44 man tournament. So yeah, check it out. Without further ado, I'm going to show you guys this showcase. Alright, so this is Lene's Duel from the Toxic Legacy tournament. And I asked her to send me a list, like a replay of a deck that she felt really showcased her deck, and she said this one did. So yeah, gonna take it as it is. So opponent is playing Cyber Angels, uses the Ritual Ceremony, and then searches the deck for the Ritual Spell. The Ritual Spell is added to hand, and then the DD Warrior Lady is going to get set face down, and turn is going to pass on to Lene. Lene is going to draw for turn, drawing into Warrior Lady of Wasteland. Cyber Dragon is going to get special summoned here, and then Warrior Lady of Wasteland is going to get normal summoned. She's going to set Wall of Disruption, Floodgate Trap Hole, and Nightmare Wheel. Battle phase is going to be entered, and then Cyber Dragon is going to attack into DD Warrior Lady. DD Warrior Lady is going to banish both targets, and then Warrior Lady of Wasteland will attack directly for the 1100. Drawing for turn, drawing into the Zone of the Spirit. Machine Angel Ritual is activated. This is going to send the Ben 10 to the graveyard to summon out the Edatin, getting both of their effects in the combo. Very basic combo, but also very strong combo, getting both the Cyber Angel Ritual and the Cyber Angel Ritual Spell. So more than likely, Edatin's going to grab that Ritual Spell right from the graveyard. So we're going to get that Senju, and we're going to get that Angel Ritual from the graveyard. Star Blast is going to sink and then summon the Senju of the Thousand Hands, effectively getting another Ritual monster from the deck. Still sinking. Real big sink. Getting the Ben 10. Using the Angel Ritual here. Sending the Edatin and the Ben 10 to the graveyard to summon the Izana. Izana's effect will activate on summon, and Ben 10 and Edatin's effects will activate. This will give Izana 1,000 attack points, and search the other card. It's going to get floodgated on the summon, putting it down, face down on the field. And then Nightmare will get sent to the graveyard due to Izana's effect. Senju of the Thousand Hand gets added to hand, and then they set the Zoma of the Spirit face down, drawing for turn into the other Zoma. Wall of Disruption being face down is very strong here. Zoma of the Spirit gets set face down, and then No More Miss Nice Mind gets activated. Battling into the Senju of the Thousand Hands here. Warrior Lady of Wasteland will go to the graveyard and then summon out the Amazoness Swordswoman. Swordswoman will attack into the Izana. Izana will flip face up, and then Star Blast will lose 1,100 of their life points. No More Miss Nice Mind will activate, popping the Zone of the Spirit. Perfect example of how this deck actually works. Drawing into the Cyber Angel Edatin, Senju is switched to defense mode, and then is passed back on to Lene, who draws into the Cosmic and sets the face down. Moving into the battle phase, Amazon's Swordswoman will attack into the Izana, and then Star Blast will take another 1,100 damage. Skill will destroy the Cosmic Cyclone that she sets because it is mandatory. Drawing into the Breaker here, Breaker is summoned, and then uses its effect here. It's going to pop the middle card, being the Zone of the Spirit, and then all monsters, or Senju was switched to attack mode. Breaker's going to attack into the Amazon Swordswoman, and then Wall of Disruption is going to activate, making Breaker's attack points 0. Effectively winning her the game. So that was a very, very nice and powerful play there. We got to see how Warrior of Wasteland can literally search in any monster you really need to in the moment. Wall of Disruption being a very, very powerful card. And then also Floodgate Trap Hole, completely freezing Star Blast in his tracks. It's a very, very strong and very powerful deck. Very strong cards are played in it. It's literally just a deck of good cards is all this deck really is. And it's really, really cool. Alright. I just noticed they're both playing the 30 card variants of their decks. Alright, so Lene goes ahead and goes first, setting the Warrior Lady of Wasteland face down, and then setting the Cosmic Cyclone face down, and passing a turn off to the opponent there. He draws into the Machine Angel Ritual. Having the Floodgate, the Edatin, the Senju, the Breaker, and the Machine Angel Ritual is really good here. Summons the Breaker here, uses the effect here to pop the face down Cosmic Cyclone. Maybe? Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're going to pop the Cosmic Cyclone here. Cosmic Cyclone will go to graveyard. You have nothing to chain it to, so of course. Thinking on what to do next, but going to use the Ritual Ceremony to reveal the Edatin to grab the other Machine Angel Ritual. Setting the Floodgate Trap Hole face down, and then attacking into the Warrior Lady of Wasteland. Wasteland will then float into another warrior monster. Going to float into the Cyber Tutu. The turn is going to pass there, and we're going to draw into the Floodgate Trap Hole. Setting the Warrior Lady of Wasteland, setting the Floodgate Trap Hole, and then activating No More Miss Nice Mai. Cyber Tutu is going to attack the opponent directly, inflicting 1,000 damage, and then using the effect of No More Miss Nice Mai to pop the Floodgate Trap Hole that was set. Opponent draws for turn into the Book of Moon, sinks on the draw of Book of Moon, and then summons the Senju of the 1,000 Hands. Using Senju here, he's going to go ahead and grab the Ben 10, which I should have probably guessed, but activating the Machine Angel Ritual, and then sending the Edatin to the grave, or the Ben 10 to the graveyard to summon the Edatin, and we're going to get the basic combo of adding a light monster, light fairy, and adding a ritual spell from deck or graveyard to hand. So we're going to get the Ojama here, and we're going to get the ritual from graveyard. Using the ritual here, we send the Edatin and the Senju to the graveyard to summon the Ojama. Ojama's effect is going to activate, forcing the opponent to, negate it. So Floodgate Trap Hole stops it in its tracks, and then the opponent sets the Book of Moon and then attacks into the Tutu. Lene will then take 600 life points, and then turn will get passed back off to her. Drawing into the Ojama of Spirit. Ojama is going to get set face down, and then they're going to think on what to do next, which makes sense. Are you going to summon the Exiled here or not? No. You're just going to pass the turn back off to the opponent, who draws into the Book of Moon. Setting the Book of Moon, having 2 face down on the field, and then battle phasing into the Warrior Lady of Wasteland, who will then be able to search the deck for any other Earth Warrior monster with 1,500 or less attack. Sinking on the search, grabbing the Warrior Swordswoman, and then drawing for turn into the Sphere Karibo. Thinking on what to do next, summoning the Exiled Force here. Starblast is going to sink on the Summon of the Exiled Force, and then allow it to go through. Exiled Force is going to activate its effect, destroying the Breaker of the Magical Warrior, and then attacking into the Ojama. Singing on the attack declaration, because we know he has the 2 books. Will it be activated? It will, and it's going to set the Swordswoman face down. Drawing for turn into the DD Warrior Lady. What a powerful, powerful top deck. Summoning the DD Warrior Lady, and then accepting the summon, and ending the turn off into the opponent. Ojama Spirit is going to be summoned to the field from the Spell and Trap Zone, and we're going to draw for turn into our own DD Warrior Lady. What a crazy game so far. Switching the Ojama to attack mode, flipping the Swordswoman to attack mode, summoning the DD Warrior Lady, and entering into battle phase. Ojama Spirit is going to attack into the DD Warrior Lady here, but it's going to get Book of Moon face down. And just ending the turn off there. I would have definitely have traded there for the DD Warrior Lady for with each other, and then attacked into this. Having the Ojama face down, having the Sphere Karibo, it would have been the perfect play. But, hey, to each their own. Going to main phase 1. Thinking on what to do. Not really sure what to think about here. Probably just set the Floodgate and then pass turn again. Or unless you want to try to take control. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know why the Floodgate wasn't set there, but Ojama Sphere gets summoned. Maybe they were just scared that, No More Miss Nice Mai's face up. They can't really stop the play from happening. Attack into that, blow it up. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That does make sense. Ojama switched to attack mode. Not sure why we didn't set the Nightmare Wheel. Oh yeah, my bad. I know exactly why. No More Miss Nice Mai's mandatory. DD Warrior Lady is going to banish the Zoma and the Warrior Lady. Then DD Warrior Lady is going to attack into the Cyber Angel Izana and take 1100 damage, banishing both targets. And then Amazon's Swordswoman is going to attack directly for 1500 life points, dropping the opponent all the way down to 1500. Drawing into the DD Warrior Lady here, sinking on the play, and then summoning the DD Warrior Lady and setting the Floodgate trap hole. Attacking into the Amazon Swordswoman, Lene is going to sit here and sink for a second, viewing the graveyard, and then I wonder if they're going to Sphere Creeper or not. Nope, just going to let it just go right through. Protecting the Machine Angel with the Machine Angel Ritual, and then Amazon Swordswoman will go to the graveyard. Drawing for turn into another Sphere Creeper, setting the Nightmare Wheel face down, and passing turn off to the opponent, who draws into another Machine Angel Ritual. Battle phasing for 1500 life points, using the Nightmare Wheel to stop in its track, and drawing for turn into the Waking the Dragon. The opponent will lose 500 life points here, setting the Waking the Dragon and passing turn off to the opponent again, who draws into the Edatin. Don't really feel like there's any way to really bring out Edatin right now, so the opponent's just going to have to pass turn off to the opponent, who draws into the Floodgate. Another 500 life points will be dealt to the opponent, and Floodgate trap hole gets set. Can Star Blast top deck for the win? Passing turn back off to the opponent. Star Blast top decks the Dust Tornado. No freaking way. Setting the top deck Dust Tornado. Like, they have to, right? There's no way they just let this game continue like this. Sets the Dust Tornado, right? And then passes turn back off to Lene, who draws into the Cyber Tutu. Standby phase 2, burn the opponent. But they will be activating the Dust Tornado on the draw phase, destroying the Nightmare Wheel. Main phase 1, normal summoning the Cyber Tutu, but it gets Floodgate trap hole face down. And then the opponent draws it for turn, drawing into the Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Summoning the Breaker here. Are you going to Floodgate it, or let your opponent try to Waking the Dragon? Alright, looks like you're letting it go, and they hit the Floodgate. Unfortunate. Took the 50-50 loss there, which is unfortunate. It really is. Opponent attacks into the Cyber Tutu with the Breaker the Magical Warrior, and then attacks with the DD Warrior Lady for 1500 life points, bringing Lene down to 800. Drawing for turn into the DD Warrior Lady, and then setting the DD Warrior Lady face down to the field. Drawing into the No Mana Cross out. Of course, double top deck. Dude, no way. He just top decked both outs 2 turns in a row. I mean, I guess he drew Breaker the last turn, but like, no way. Drew the top deck Dust Tornado and drew the top deck No Mana Cross out. That is insane luck there. So now you got to banish the DD Warrior Lady. Battle phase for 1500. Sphere Creeper. Battle phase for 1600. Sphere Creeper. Like, just to keep yourself alive at this point. Drawing for turn into the DD Warrior Lady itself. Summoning the DD Warrior Lady and then attacking into the Breaker. Passing turn off to the opponent. Opponent draws into a DD Warrior Lady. It literally just needed a monster. No way. Oh my goodness. Alright, so they trade the DD Warrior Ladies here and go into game 3. That was crazy close. That was insane. Oh man, I feel like not like taking the 50-50 with the Floodgate there was kind of her downfall, but it's also like I would have probably done the same thing. Like, I would have also done the same thing. Like, you have that 50-50 chance to just bring out a crazy monster from your extra deck. Like, I would have done it. Star Blast sinks on his turn because he's being made to go first. He's going to summon the Senju. Going to grab the Ben 10. And then going to use Machine Angel Ritual. Or not Machine Angel Ritual. Ritual Ceremony to grab the Machine Angel Ritual. And are you going to Ritual Summon? Nope, just going to pass turn right there. Alright, looks like they're lagging out of the game for this part. Drawing for turn into the DD Warrior Lady. Summoning the DD Warrior Lady, setting the Reinforcements Floodgate and Wall of Disruption face down, and attacking into the Senju of the Thousand Hands for 100 life points. Opponent draws into the Breaker the Magical Warrior, summons the Breaker here, uses the effect On summon, are we going to Floodgate? Are we going to learn from our mistakes? We are. We're going to set this guy face down immediately. And then we are going to... Still thinking on what to do here. Use the Machine Angel ritual here. Going to send the Ben 10 to graveyard to summon the Edatin to add this back from graveyard to add probably the Ojama here, because that seems to be the card to play at the moment. You could also just use the Edatin to banish itself off the lady, but I don't know why you would do that. Getting the Senju from hand. Oh, they don't even get that. That makes sense, I guess. And then getting the one from graveyard. If you can't tell from my commentary, I really don't play much Cyber Angels. It's probably going to be a deck I'm going to have to learn a lot of, but I don't play a lot of it. Battle phasing into the DD Warrior Lady, like I said, with that 1600 attack points. Will they get... They will not. I was wondering if they were going to Wall of Disruption here, but they didn't. I personally would have probably done it and then kept the DD Warrior Lady on the field. Drawing for turn into the Floodgate trap hole. Setting the Floodgate. And then passing turn off to the opponent, who draws into the Cyber Angel Ben 10. Normal summon the Senju of the 1,000 Hands. Getting the Ojama? Am I right this time? Is that what you would get here? You are getting the Ojama. Crazy. Battle phasing for 1400 direct damage. And then passing turn off to the opponent, who draws into the Nightmare Wheel. With all the zones taken up, there's really nothing they can do at this point. But they're going to activate the set reinforcements. I forgot they bluffed the reinforcements earlier. Grabbing the DD Warrior Lady. Crazy. Setting the Nightmare Wheel, and then summoning the DD Warrior Lady. I love that reinforcements is just an extra 2 copies of any warrior you need. That is so good. Warrior Lady is going to attack into the Senju of the 1,000 Hands. Wondering if we're going to use the ritual spell to protect the Senju here. We are. And then turn will more than likely get passed on to the opponent, who draws into their own DD Warrior Lady. Breaker is going to get normal summoned here. Summoning itself, probably going to destroy the card they just had, being the Nightmare Wheel. But we're actually going to Floodgate it on the summon. Opponent sinks for turn. Probably going to ritual summon out the Ojama by sending the Ben 10 and the Breaker of the Magical Warrior, using its effect on summon to destroy a spell trap card on the field, and then using Ben 10's effect to add a ritual monster from deck to hand. Sinking on the summon, going to send the Nightmare Wheel to the graveyard. Star Blast is going to big sink and add the Ojama to hand. Are we going to see another Ojama? We are. Crazy. Using the Machine Angel ritual here, we're going to send the Breaker of the Magical Warrior and probably the Senju. Oh no, we're just going to discard the DD Warrior Lady to summon another Ojama. Ojama's effect is going to activate and destroy the Wall of Disruption, and like Lene said, it is GG. So, crazy. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this person's name right. Miss Lene, Lene, I don't know, but you know, if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure they'll correct me later on. But yeah, this deck is crazy. 1000% crazy. Oh my god, I love warrior decks, and this is probably one of the best warrior decks I've seen in speed duels. This is so good. I highly recommend playing it. It plays so many good cards. It controls the board so often. Like, we have 3 cards right now that just out monsters just on the screen right now. Wall Disruption stops battle. Like, this freezes monsters. This freezes summons. Like, this searches any of your monsters you need. Like, this deck is so good. And congratulations for top 4. You really deserve it. This deck is, like, crazy good. And, yeah. Other than for that, though, guys, if you enjoy this type of content, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you like me, make sure to subscribe. And thank you all for 300 subscribers on the Untoxin channel. It is crazy that I've even reached this far. I never thought I was going to. Honestly, I thought I was going to probably get to about 100 subscribers, maybe 150, and be like, yeah, I guess I'm done. But I just, you know, I like this game a lot. I like making content for you all. I do it for you guys every single day. And I just appreciate all the support you guys have all been giving me. So thank you so much. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.